PTS members. This is Paul Salvatore, PTS president, with Lynn Pellegrini, president of Ladies Auxiliary, and Chris Cody, our COVID-19 resource manager. I'd like to give you an update on week 4 of a PTS shutdown. The new models that are coming in from the state of Connecticut and the federal government and all are showing the COVID peaking in the Hartford County area probably mid-May, with social distancing continuing weeks after that. They're recommending wearing masks out in public now, which is a new addition. The stay-at-home in Connecticut is really still in effect with only essential travel. No groups of more than 5 people. Practice social distancing and wash your hands often. Here's the update on the club. The club continues to be locked down both in the club area as well as the property. It means the pavilion and the bocce club, bocce courts are not to be used and be congregated in. Brian is working on replacing the broken window in the lounge. We have a bird issue upstairs. There was a bird in there and it has broken one of our lights, and we're addressing to get that fixed. Brian and Stu continue to do deep cleaning different parts of the club as during the shutdown period. We're also, our elevator lift is coming off its warranty, so we're looking at a servicing contract to address inspections of the elevator for the year. From a financial standpoint, the club through March 31st, the club has a total of $91,000 in the bank, $13,000 of which is in the scholarship fund. We don't really have any real big ticket items until midsummer with our license for the liquor and our insurance. We also will be filing our taxes within the next week or so, of which we owe about $1,200 for our 2019 taxes. We are going to a regular payment on our loan for our addition. We have been paying down aggressively, but until the club reopens, we are going to go on a payment schedule that is already in effect. The men's scholarship deadline is 4/30. We have no applications to date. Jason is head of the scholarship committee, so get your applications in. Mike Senacore is running point with all our vendors. We have no issues with the vendors at this time, and we've got no deliveries being made. Chris Cody is heading our COVID-19 membership resource response. We've made calls to our 80-plus-year-old members a number of times. Chris coordinated a virtual happy hour on Zoom, which went over very well about a week ago. He's also sent out a membership list so members can reach out to other members, with wellness checks, so we get more face time. We've got no requests for resources yet, but as time passes, there'll be new requests, I'm sure. Our website and Facebook are updated thanks to Lynn and her folks and Chris. And I think what I'd like to do now is just pass it over to Lynn to talk a little bit about what the Ladies Auxiliary are doing today. Lynn?
Thanks, Paul. The auxiliary initially called all of our over 80s or people who lived alone, and now we have moved on to calling everybody. All are doing well, most in very good spirits, and we continue to ask if there's anything they need, and their response has been no. So far, they're very well taken care of. We have been contacting all of our members who don't have any family nearby. Fortunately, most of our members do have family nearby. So we only have a few, but I encourage you all to talk to each other. So we have sent out our membership list for you to use to call your friends and see how everybody's doing. Our dues are due by the end of the month. We are not sure what will happen with the virus in the fall, so we may or may not be able to have our food fair. So we do need the income coming in. And I believe we have one scholarship. We will be continuing with trying to collect those, and the deadline is coming through shortly, so please get your applications in. If you go on the website, you can print off the applications and it gives you the instructions on who to send it to. Thank you and stay safe.
Thanks, Lynn. Now I'd like to get Chris Cody to talk a little bit about our membership response and his team.
Thanks, Paul. I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of the people who've reached out and volunteered to help with the task force. We really want to make sure that we're following the state guidelines and we're staying inside. We want to be able to give the members who need some assistance access to get to their doctor's appointments. If they need help with picking up food or running errands, we have put together a team that's handling transportation. So really, more than anything else, it just becomes a case where there's a lot of people who are working behind the scenes. So we want to make sure that people feel comfortable about reaching out. The information is on the website, PTS website. It goes out on e-blast pretty much on a weekly basis. We try to make sure that we're getting in touch with everyone. And then for those of you who are on Facebook, there's daily messages. So again, the main thing is that, to stop this, we need to have everyone stay inside. If you need to get out for essentials to the store, if we can help in any way, we recognize that people who are set in week one may be a little bit apprehensive as we get a little farther into this and it starts to pick up some momentum in the area. They're not going to feel comfortable about going out. So we are set up with people to go out and help. So please get back in touch with us. If there's anything else that we can do, you have any other issues that you can think of, anything that we can do right now, please let us know. And if you know someone who needs help, also get back to me on that, and we can go to try to do everything we can to help them out.
Okay, Chris, thanks. Chris, I know you got some questions that came in for us to answer.
All right, let me pull that up here, Paul. Thank you. So the first question has to do with, do you think the club will be open for full use May 4th?
I think, based on the information that we have today, with the COVID-19 expected to peak mid-May for the Hartford County, I do not expect us to open May 4th. We're going to evaluate it at the time, but I expect that our opening to be sometime in June. We're going to be more cautious than we need to be, but I think that's to keep our members safe.
Okay. And with regard to the second question, which is sort of a follow-up on that, for the people who've been watching the news and trying to determine, a pinpoint of when we think we're going to open, what are we using as factors?
We're gonna go with the guidance of the state, federal, and local folks as far as the numbers of people that could gather together, the social distancing issues, and then really the peaking of the virus and what the risk factor is to all our members.
All right, we had another question. I know you both touched a little bit upon the scholarships. There was a question with regard to whether or not we'll still be awarding them this year, even with the club closed.
Yes, the men will be awarding it. We have no applications to date, but if you have questions, contact Jason in Domenico. His number is 860-404-2165. His email is indomenico.j@yahoo.com. You can also send your applications directly to him at 24 West Ridge Drive, Avon, Connecticut. The deadline is April 30th, and we're looking to have applications sent in. Thanks. Lynn?
We have our applications online with the information of who to send it to. So please go ahead and pull that down and fill it out. Thank you.
All right, our next question, Lynn, if you could answer this. It has to do with the recommendations for social distancing. And the question has to do with whether we think that we're going to be able to do the picnic in July.
I think we take a great risk of having 200 plus people together that soon unless we get an all clear from the governor and the CDC. So I would say it's iffy.
Okay, so we're gonna, at this point, we're looking at following the guidelines of the state, which will indicate, the size of the groups that we can have put together. So that'll be the indicator that we're gonna follow with most frequently at this point.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris, I think that's about all the time we have. I'd like to thank Lynn and Chris. Unless you have any last minute comments, I'd like to have everybody, stay safe, follow the rules and guidances and recommendations out there, and keep in contact with each other. Lynn?
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Chris?
That's all. Thank you. Be safe.